بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعزائي طلبة وطالبات شهادة الثانوية العامة قسم رياضات لغات، أهلا بكم. اليوم سنتناول درس جديد في مادة الاستاتيكا وهو اسمه الازدواج المحصل. طبعا الازدواج المحصل هو مجموعة ازدواجات بمجموعهم بنسميه الازدواج المحصل. ممكن يكون أكتر من ازدواج موجود بنعمل عملية اديشن أو مجموعهم بنسميه الازدواج المحصل. طبعا احنا عارفين الازدواج الازدواج ده مهم جدا جدا نظرا لانه موجود في الحياه العمليه. فقوتين موجودين، قوتين متساويين في المقدار وهم في عكس الاتجاه ولكن خط عملهم مختلف فبيكونوا حاجه اسمها ازدواج. Welcome my dear student in our math program for second 3. Today we are taking new lesson in static subject. Its title resultant of couple. My dear student, look at the first example on the couple. Look at, my dear student, ABCD is a thin uniform lamina in the form of square of side length 50 centimeter and weight 20 gram watt. Act at the center of the square. My dear student, uniform lamina, its weight must be in the intersection point of its diagonal or intersection of all center of the square. ABCD is a thin uniform lamina in the form of a square of side length 50 centimeter and weight 300 gram, weight acting on at the center of the square. The lamina is suspended from horizontal pin passing through smooth hole near the vertical A such that its plane vertical. A couple with the moment of magnitude 7,500 gram weight centimeter act on the lamina in its plane. What is the problem? What is the required? Find inclination of diagonal AC to vertical in equilibrium position. Look at the solution. My dear student, lamina as square. In square, we have AD 5 centimeter, length of square. Therefore, AC diagonal 50 root 2. Why? Because look at ADC, isosceles triangle. DA 50, DC 50, diagonal of square equal side L root 2, L equal 50, therefore AC 50 root 2. Therefore AM half length of AC 25 root 2. In triangle AME, look at AME. ME equals AM sine theta. Why? Because inclination angle of diagonal of AC on the vertical is theta. ME opposite angle theta. AM is hypotenuse. Therefore, sine theta equal ME over MA. Therefore, ME equals AM sine theta. AM equals 25 root 2 sine theta. This is the value of ME. My dear student, we form equation of the couple. Moment of the couple, negative F times L plus 7,500 equals 0. Therefore, F equals 300. ME equals 7,500 divided by 100 equals, therefore sin theta equals 25 over 25 root 2 or 1 over root 2 or root 2 over 2 equals 45. Measure angle theta in this case equal 45 degrees. or 135 degrees, because angle theta is inclination angle of diagonal AC. Theta is positive 45, or 180 minus 45 equals 135. Now we are translate to another example. ABC lamina in the form of an equilateral triangle. Its weight 50 gram when acting at the point of intersection of its median. My dear student, we have lamina as shaped ABC is equilateral triangle, weight 50. The weight is 50, acting must be act on the point intersection of its median. Why? Because this is lamina in the form equilateral triangle. The center of lamina is intersection point of its median. The lamina is suspended by a thin horizontal pin passing through smooth hole near to vertex A, so that its plane is vertical, a couple whose direction is perpendicular to the plane of lamina, and the magnitude of its moment is 250 gram weight centimeter act on it. If the lamina is in equilibrium, what is the required? Find inclination of AB to horizontal, given that height of triangle is 50 centimeter. My dear student, look at the solution. My dear student, we have lamina as shape equilateral triangle ABC. Center of lamina is the center of or intersection point of its median at point O. We know that intersection point or point of coincidence divided each median as ratio 2 to 1 from the vertex or 1 to 2 from the base. The lamina is in equilibrium under the effect of the two forces, and a couple 250 gram weight centimeter. The weight downwards 50 gram weight. R equal 50 gram weight. Why? Because R upward equal 50 downward. A, B, C. Look at the lamina suspended from A. The weight of the lamina equal 50 act from center of equilateral triangle, the point of intersection of its median O, 50. And XO is L. My dear student, we have couple 250 act on anticlockwise. The two forces of couple 50 times 10 sine theta plus 30 equals 250. My dear student, the force F times L. What is the L? L equals 10. L equal 10 sine theta plus 30, or AO sine theta plus 30. Therefore, my dear student, from this equation we find the value of theta. AO dot 2/3 AD equal 2/3 times 15 equal 10 centimeter. Sine theta plus 30 equals 1/2. What you mean? Theta equal theta plus 30 150, therefore theta equals 120 or theta plus 30 equals 30, therefore theta equals 0 or theta equals 120. AB inclined by 30 or 90 by horizontal. Why? Because look at AB, angle theta may be equal 30, may be equals 130. Look at another example. A rod of length 40 centimeter and of weight 2.4 kilogram weight act at its midpoint, can rotate easily in vertical plane about a fixed hang at end. A rod of length 40 centimeter and of weight 2.4 kilogram act at its midpoint, can rotate easily in a vertical plane about fixed hang at end. Couple of magnitude 24 kilogram weight centimeter and whose direction is perpendicular to vertical plane in which the rod can rotate acts on the rod. What is required? Find magnitude and direction of reaction of the hang and inclination of the rod to vertical in the position of equilibrium. Find magnitude and direction of the reaction of the hang and inclination of the rod to vertical in the position of equilibrium. Solution. My dear student, look at in the opposite figure we have AB is a rod. We have two figures. The first figures magnitude of the couple equals 24 as the first sine theta from the equation or from the figure in the right equals L over 20. Sin theta L over 20. AB is the rod uniform rod at midpoint, its weight 204, act on midpoint and suspended from point A vertical wall. Angle between AB and wall is theta. The side or the arm from AB to vertical is L. Sin theta equal L over 20. Therefore, L equals 20 times sin theta. This L is the length or perpendicular from the force 204 and the vertical wall L. This is equation number 1. R equals 2.4 kilogram weight. Therefore, 24 equal F times L. From 1, 24 equal 2.4 times 20 sin theta. Therefore, find the value of sin theta equals what? 1 over 2. What you mean? Therefore, measure angle theta equals 30 degrees. Or 180 minus 30 equals 150. Because sin theta equals 1 over 2 positive, may be equal 30 first quad or second quad 150. Another example. AB is a rod of length 6 centimeter and of weight 18 Newton. Acting at its midpoint, can rotate easily in vertical plane about horizontal pin passing through hole in the rod at a point C 15 centimeter distant from A. If the rod rests with its end B on smooth horizontal table and the end A is pulled with a rope horizontally until the reaction of the table become equals to the weight of the rod. What is required? Find the tension in the rope and the reaction of the pin given that the rod is in equilibrium in a position in which it's inclined at angle of measure 60 degrees to the horizontal. Find also magnitude and direction of the reaction of the pin. Look at the solution. My dear student, we have AB rod, uniform rod. Its weight 18 at in midpoint. Its length AB equals 6 centimeter and inclined by horizontal by angle 60 degrees. Look at my dear student. We have how many forces which act on AB rod. We have 4 forces. Weight 18, midpoint. The vertical force R1, which is reaction of the pin, and we have tension from end A and horizontal R2 at point C. The table is smooth. R1 is vertically upwards. Therefore, the force in vertical up1 or upwards equals downward. What is the force in upward R1? What is the force in downward 18? Therefore, the first equation R1 equals 18 Newton. The two forces 18 and 18 form a couple. R1 and 18. R1 equals 18. We have two forces 18 form a couple. Its moment what? Negative 18 times L1. What is the length of L1? L1 is arm of moment of the couple. L1 equals 30 cosine 60. Why? Because AB inclined by angle 60 degrees with horizontal. Therefore, L1 equals 30 cosine 60. What is the cosine 60? Well, half 30 equal 15. Therefore, negative 18, this is a moment of the couple M1 of two forces 18 and L1, perpendicular line between them, negative 18 times 30 cosine 60 equals negative 270 Newton centimeter. Therefore, the rod is in equilibrium under the couple M1 and two forces T and R2. Two forces T and R2 also form a couple. Mass moment equals 270 Newton centimeter. Therefore, R2 equals T in magnitude, opposite direction, and opposite in direction. Therefore, moment of the couple equals T times L1. What is the moment? Moment must be equal to 270, equal T times L equals 15 sine 60. Therefore, the tension in this case, by using sine 60 root 3 over 2, the tension must be equal to 12 root 3 Newton. Another example. ABC is a triangle right angle at A, in which AB equals AC equal 5 centimeter. Forces of magnitudes 40, 40, 40 2 gram weight act along BA, AC, CB respectively. Find the two forces acting as the 2 points B and C perpendicular to BC form the system couple. Solution. Look at, my dear student, ABC, right angle triangle at A. We have two forces act at B and C, opposite direction and equal in magnitude. It's a value of each one F. AB equals 5, also AC 5 is isosceles triangle. BC hypotenuse equal 5 root 2. We have forces 40 act at AC, also 40 act on BA, 40 root 2 act in CB. If we divided each force about each side length, 40 over 5 equals 8 in BA. Also 40 over 5 in AC equals 8. Also 40 root 2 over 5 root 2 equals 8. Then what you notice? For مقابل, three forces act on three sides in cyclic order. For مقابل, its constant ratio equals K is equal 8. Therefore, we deduce that the forces act in the same cyclic order. 40 over 5 equal 40 root 2 over 5 root 2 equals 8. The value of K, constant ratio. These forces form a couple with moment. What is the moment? Equals K times 2 times surface area of a triangle. This rule. When we have three forces act on three sides of a triangle in cyclic order, and the ratio between each force and each side is constant, is K, the moment of the couple equals the constant K multiply 2 or twice area of triangle ABC. What is the area of triangle ABC in this case? 5 times 5 times half, or 5 times 5 over 2. Right angle triangle, base equal 5, height equal 5. Therefore, the moment of the couple equal 8 times 2 times half times 5 times 5 equals what? Equals 200 gram weight centimeter. Therefore, this is a couple. If we have two forces act on B and C in opposite direction, form a couple, its moment 200. Therefore, my dear student, 200 equals F times 5 root 2. must be equals f times 5 root 2. The form مقابل. The value of f equals 20 root 2 gram weight. The value of the force. My dear student, in this example, we find the force which is equivalent to couple. At the first, what is the couple? The moment of the couple, in this example, we have three forces act on three sides in cyclic order, form a couple. When divided each force by each side length, we find the value of the constant ratio is k. K equals 8. Then we deduce that the forces form a couple. What is the moment of the couple in this example? The moment of the couple, if we see the three forces act in three sides in cyclic order, then we deduce that the moment of the couple, in this case, the ratio, value of the ratio, or k, multiply twice area of triangle. Twice area of triangle, this area of triangle is base times height. Base equal 5, height equal 5. Therefore, we find the moment equals 200 gram weight centimeter. After that, the couple equals f times the side between the two forces is equals 5 root 2. In this case, what is the value of the force F? The force F times L equals the moment of the couple 200. Find the value of F by using divided 200 over 5 root 2 to find the value of the force F. In this example, we learn to form the moment of the couple. After that, we use the moment of the couple to find unknown the force, to find the value of the unknown force to form another couple. Why? Because the sum of moment of the couples, m1 equals m2. m1 plus m2 must be equals 200. After that, we find the value of the force by using f times 5 root 2 equals 200, then to find the value of the force which unknown. My dear student, by the end of the lesson, this couple is very important to our life. When open any door in your room, in your house, this couple, we have two forces equal in magnitude, opposite direction, and the action line are different. My dear student, by the end of the lesson, I am very happy to spend such time with you. Thank you. Goodbye.